Then the government requires that that woman come into her procedure 4 hours before the procedure and sit for an ultrasound that the screen, by law, the government requires be turned in her field of view. Let me tell you what she has to hear. In addition to this ultrasound, the provider shall provide a description of the presence, location, and dimensions of the unborn child within the uterus, the number of unborn children depicted. They shall offer her the opportunity to hear a fetal heartbeat. It says the provider must describe the presence of external members and internal organs, if present and viewable. Again, in a moment of compassion, the bill says she doesn't have to hear those words. I don't know how you don't hear words that are by law subject to liability, required to be spoken when those words are spoken 3 feet from your head. How do you not hear those words? How do you not hear how many digits your fetus has when you wanted that baby in the first place? This government not only requires that the woman certify that these descriptions were made, that she have this ultrasound be put in front of her face, even if she says she doesn't want it turned in her view. What in the world do you think state government needs to put on a written documentation that must be saved for 7 years that a woman chose to avert her eyes from an ultrasound of a baby she wanted to have? On Tuesday, I got an email from a constituent. She wrote me, "I had an abortion many years ago. I knew my options. I weighed my choices very thoroughly. I made my choice with my boyfriend. We drove to Wake County because my insurance didn't have service locations near where I was living at the time, and then drove back the same day. If I had to go through all the hoops that this bill is trying to put in place, I would not have been able to proceed with my decision back then. It would have taken my choice away from me entirely. This bill attempts to step in and say, no, no, little lady, if this is the choice you are making, you could have possibly not have made an informed decision. Let me show you why you should choose something else." To walk up to a stranger, even in a doctor's office, and say, "I want an abortion," is a very hard choice. Most women out there will think long and hard about making that choice without the government jumping in and making them jump through all those hoops.